What up to all my couple of weeks ago on Twitter, I said I will never post on this channel again. I said I will never. But because of the support that I've been feeling lately from a lot of you, I feel like there is a chance for us together to find a way for me to still post on this channel. So thumbs up, let me know if you're there, and for now I'll just continue posting as I am. So a little later today, I have a video story accompanied with the video I'm going to post at the end. So I advise you to watch the whole thing and don't just skip to that part. So a lot of you are in school right now. Yeah, I just crossed my legs. A lot of you are in school right now, and you might be in junior high, you might be in high school, you might be in college, you might be in elementary school, you might be, you know, whatever you may be. Comment down below what you are, like what year you are in school, so I understand and I know what kind of videos to make. I went to college, all right? So I was a pretty decent high school student. So in junior high, I was great. I would get like over a 4.0. Nah, I just lied. I wanted that. I think the highest I got was a 3.83. Yeah, I never reached a 4.0. But high school, I did really well, right? And it wasn't until my sophomore year where I just went off the wagon. And I was like, you know what? School isn't really for me. I'm gonna cheat my way through. I'm gonna get answers here. I'm gonna have this person do my homework, whatever. And I took the easy way out through high school. Not even gonna lie. And then somehow, some way, I got into a state university. Now at that time that I was going to school, like going to a state university, I don't know if it still is. I don't know where we are in the world today. But at that time, getting into a state university was a thing. It was like, oh damn, like when my name, guys, I'm not gonna lie, when my name was up on that paper, because the way my school was, there was a circle, right? It was a rotunda, and they put posters of all the schools and all the people who got in. When people saw Yusuf Erekat at San Jose State University, there was a lot of hate going around because a lot of people didn't get in, and they were like, man, he didn't even care about school. How did he get in? Yada yada. You know, everybody has something to say. And I was really contemplating going to community college because I told you, like, college wasn't really my thing and whatever. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna do it, make my parents proud, and I get to move out of the house. I was going to commute, but the first day my mom took me to orientation and she saw the traffic. She was like, you know what? We should get you an apartment. My mom's is such a G because I remember the dorms were so freaking expensive. Like, I don't even know how we were able to afford it, but the dorms were expensive. And my mom, right then and there, because she wanted me to succeed so badly without even wondering how she was gonna get the funds for it, put me up in the dorms, signed the papers, and was like, I'll take care of this, I'll pay for it, we're good, I'll pay for your tuition, because she wanted me to succeed. So my first semester in college, I got a 0. I don't even know if it's possible. I got like the worst things you can get. I almost got kicked out of school because I wasn't focusing. I was living with my friends in the dorms. We were playing NBA 2K all day. We were doing stuff that guys do in dorm room together in college, you know, living on their own for the first time. We weren't studying, we weren't focused, and I was rushing a fraternity. So rushing the fraternity, I was going, like, I remember I had an African American studies test, right? This was a final, and I was so exhausted from rushing the fraternity and the stuff that they had us doing that I walked into the final, hadn't studied, I don't even know what the test was on or the exam was on, and literally the second the teacher said go, I put my head down on the table to go to sleep. I woke up and the teacher walked in front of me and he grabbed it and he goes, looks like you did great. And I failed. I failed flat out. And I was doing that in all my classes. I remember my English teacher, I had done really bad on one of the assignments, and she was like, because of the weight that this assignment held, it was one of our term papers, she said, you already failed the semester, so you have to come back next year. And I was like, damn. But whenever my mom would call me, I'd be like, I'm doing great, you know, this and this, you know, whatever. I would lie through my teeth. So college wasn't going that well for me on that side. I was gaining a lot of weight. I was doing a lot of bad things. That was my first like weight gain, you know, my actual weight gain blow up, and I just wasn't doing good. I was making very poor choices. Now I remember there was an exam, right? there was an exam. It was a math exam that I had to take to get out of remedial math. Now, if I didn't pass this test because of everything else that I was failing, I would have been dropped out of San Jose State University. Now, I don't think I've ever told anybody this. Maybe I have, because I've opened up to you guys a lot in the past. I hit up my friend. His name was Salim. And I said, Salim, I need you to take this test for me. And I remember I paid him a couple of bucks. He had long hair at the time. We used to all grow our hair out. He had really long hair. He went to take the test for me. I remember the proctor, he told me this after, looked at his ID and said, this looks nothing like you. And then he like got loud with her and he was like, how are you gonna tell me that's not me just because I grew my hair out? You're saying I look different? You're saying I look ugly? She was like, I don't mean to offend you. Let him in. He took the test and I passed. I'm not ashamed to say that story, but I'm also not proud of that story. So I'm not, you know, trying to tell you guys to follow that behavior. That's not the point of this video. So that happened. I got to stay in school and I was like, you know what? It's time to grind. And I started focusing more and I started to do better in college. Now there's one story in particular that I'm saving. It's a story that I've told before. I think I might have done it in a live stream because somebody commented and I was like, I don't remember telling anybody that story. But it's a story of when I got punched, knocked out, and I moved back home from living at San Jose State, back home, and that's how I decided to start Fouseytube. And one day I will tell that story. Maybe that happened. I'll tell you guys the details another time. But that happened. I moved back home. I got into the best shape of my life. I started Fouseytube. And I started grinding in school and on Fouseytube. So Fouseytube was blowing up, man. I was new on YouTube, and this is before blowing up was easy. This is when you had to grind to blow up on YouTube. No disrespect to anybody coming up in the YouTube game today, but there's a lot of YouTubers who paved the way for you. So now it's easy to start a YouTube channel and, you know, have a really fast blow up. But back then, it wasn't like that. We paved the way for that to happen. We created that. And there's people even before me. And that's why a difference, this is a little side tangent, the difference between myself and a lot of YouTubers today, when I was coming up on YouTube and, you know, I had people who inspired me to start, I always thank those people. I remember whenever I hit a new milestone, I would call Timothy De La Ghetto just to be like, thank you for inspiring me to start YouTube. The day I met Jesse Wellens, I told him, yo, you helped me get started on YouTube, you inspired me, thank you. Ryan, I would tell him all the time when I finally met him, like, yo, you were my inspiration. So I always was grateful to the people who paved the way for me, knowing that I didn't do that. Just like rappers give homage to old MCs, I did the same thing to YouTubers, and believe it or not, when I hit 10 million subscribers on Fouseytube, I still kept traditions true, and I called Timothy De La Ghetto just to thank him. And YouTubers nowadays don't do that. They come in with large egos, you know, they do their thing and they say it was easy and they do it best, not realizing that there's people who worked hard and struggled to be able to give them that opportunity to do what they do today. But nowadays, it's not like that. So that's why when people were like, you're irrelevant, I shook my head, because it's like, you don't know what I did for not only this community, but YouTube and, you know, all the YouTubers you see now up and coming today. But that's a different story. So I moved back home, was grinding, best shape of my life, Fouseytube was doing good. But before I started Fouseytube and like it was still a new idea, my mom made me promise her that no matter how big, I always tell this story, no matter how big I got on Fouseytube, I would graduate from college. And the point of this video is I kept that promise to my mom. And I could have easily dropped out of college. I could have easily, you know, said, I'm making YouTube money now. Why do I need a college degree? I could have easily just said this isn't for me. But I took a break off of YouTube. It was my first time taking a break. I think it was a 3-month break. I did what I needed to do and I graduated from San Jose State University. Now, you know, nowadays, you know, people always tell stories like, ha, you're in college? Like, why are you in college? Like, look at all the people who didn't go to college and are successful. That's true. That's true. I, not a day in my life, used my college degree. I, not a day in my life, ever had to say that I have a college degree to accomplish anything I accomplished. I could have done exactly what I'm doing now without a college degree. That's not the point. Out of all my accomplishments that I've ever had in my career, and this counts as like the 2 Streamy Awards, me being in a movie, me buying this house, me, you know, losing the weight that I lost, everything. My biggest accomplishment that I am proud of is graduating from college. Why? Because not only did I set a goal for myself and accomplish it, although there was so much resistance against it and I didn't want to accomplish it, but I did something that not a lot of people in my industry can say that they did and that they have, because a lot of YouTubers do not have college degrees because they decided that it wasn't for them. But B, when you get a college degree, you know, you're in a different, you're able to say that in conversation, and you know for yourself what it took to do that. You see, college and school in general isn't about who's smarter or who's smartest. It's values and different qualities that you need to have as a person in order to achieve your goals, because not a lot of people are willing to put in that time in the library. Not a lot of people are willing to study. Not a lot of people are willing to sacrifice going to parties because they have a paper due that next morning. So to everybody going to school right now, good job. Like, straight up, good job. I'm not here to tell you to drop out of school just because you can do whatever you want to do without a degree. Nah, good job. Like, even if you end up not using your degree, what you're doing is amazing and it's commendable, and you deserve to be proud of yourself. And, you know, you should continue and you should graduate, and, you know, you should have that under your belt, because, you know, you're strong for that, and you should be proud of that. So the reason I'm posting this video is because I want to share with you the greatest day of my life. And like I said, out of all my accomplishments, and you know, there's a lot I could choose from, I am most proud of my mom cheering for me and screaming in the stands of my college graduation for the theater arts department at San Jose State. So I was a business marketing major, and then 2 years in, I changed it to theater arts because I knew I just wanted to get my degree. So I was theater arts. I think I minored in, I don't even remember what I minored in, business marketing something. But yeah, my mom cheering for me, the smile on my mom's face was worth all of this. Was worth, you know, everything I've accomplished. Was worth this house, the 10 million subscribers and everything. And I want to share that with you guys. And I want you guys to get inspiration from this motivation, and I want you guys to know that if you ever doubt yourself or you feel like school's getting hard or you're questioning it, come back to this video and understand that one day, maybe not today, maybe not when you're struggling and you're studying and you're going crazy, one day you're going to realize that it was all worth it. I promise you that. So before I let that video play, well, the day we've all been waiting for, or the day that I've been waiting for, is finally here. Oh man, alhamdulillah. I'm so blessed and so thankful for this day. I never thought I was gonna make it. Never. But my mom and my dad prayed for me, and I knew that they wanted me to do this, so I made it happen. For them, for me, for us. Because I wanted to show you guys that even though I'm chasing my dreams, and even though I have these things available to me, I still wanted to fulfill my mom's promise, and still wanted to get a college education.
It's funny how so close can seem so far.
And this song fits perfect.
Seems so far. Seems so far. Seems so far. Funny how so close can seem so far. I mean, nigga, this is your moment. This is your moment. It's supposed to be your moment, ain't it? It's supposed to be your moment. This supposed to be your moment. It's supposed to be your moment. What good is being the one when you the only one that knows it?
So it turns out I'm the only one not wearing a cap and gown, but I want to introduce you guys to my childhood best friend. I can't believe we're graduating on the same day. It's like act of fate.
What's going on, Fouseytubers? What's going down? We graduating now. Her San Jose State RTBF. You already know what it is. Class 2013.
What up? I wanted to record this because the only reason I am graduating today is because of this lovely lady right here.
Oh God, I'm so proud of you. And you just don't
Yeah,
know.
she helped me so much through everything.
This is my baby boy, and he's going to become famous. And when he receives his first Academy Award, the first thing out of his mouth is going to be, this is to Amy Glazer. And the second thing is, who I am buying a car for.
Yeah, inshallah. Hey, walking into graduation right now. My parents actually made it on time, so it's all good. Get it, get it, get it, hey!
I got sunshine on a cloudy day.
This is the moment I was waiting for the past 4 years. News of the graduation is on. I hope I can see him coming down the aisle.
Mama Erica.
Where?
Alright, well, the next slew of awards are for Best Actor and Best Actress. It's not a slew, it's just 2 awards. But this year, we all were completely in agreement about who these awards would go to. And I'm going to start by giving the Best Actor award. Because when you think of performance in theater arts, you think of a very broad spectrum these days. Our actors are performing on stage, they're performing in films, they're performing in television, they're performing in voiceover, they're performing on the internet. And this award goes to a young man who is very hard, who has built an internet career while he was here, and in many ways has made me very proud and is the love of my life. So, Yusuf Arad.
I gotta vlog this for my YouTube channel. I want to thank my mom and my dad. I was supposed to go to LA last summer to pursue my career in acting, but I promised my mom I would graduate from college, so here I am today actually doing it. I love you guys. Now the only question I have to worry about is, there's so I got a letter from her in the audience right now. And I want to shout out Amy Glazer, who when I made my first YouTube video told me it was going to be the worst decision of my life. But after I made it onto the Ellen show and in the newspaper, she uses me as an example to all her students and says that if you want to make it in this industry, you got to find your own way and your own avenue. And I love all these teachers who put up with all my antics and traveling. Thank you guys so much. I love you. How do you guys feel?
Very, very proud. Very proud. You know, I was yelling and screaming. Nobody heard me.
What about the award?
I knew it's you. And she said, yes, I knew it's you.
If you guys have ever been to one of my stand-up shows, you've heard me talk about my khalti, the bowling story, all those stories. I want to introduce you guys to her right here. Assalamu alaikum, khalti. And here, Allah barak feek. And here's here's Fatima. No, it's not Fatima. This isn't Fatima. My dad said that. My mom has officially graduated 4 children through college. Hi, Mama.
Hey, yes, I'm so proud. I made it. My dream come true. My youngest is...
Baba, I have them. Don't worry. I'm trying to get them to say something for the camera. They're worried about where the camera is.
My youngest is graduating. I'm so proud of you, Yusuf. You make my dream come true. Thank you, Habibi.
You guys know how much this meant to my mom and how much this meant to me, so we finally did it, y'all.
baby! I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for believing. I did this for you, for us, for me. Oh my God, you know what I'm saying? Oh, alhamdulillah. I love you guys.